Ballyhoo and welcome. The Passion Project continues. My name is Remedy Robinson, and this is an appreciation. This is an exploration of linguistics, language, and how to soften the blow, as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with Tears Before Bedtime from Imperial Bedroom, released in 1982. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello. Just another sparkling gem in the seemingly effortless masterpiece crown of Imperial Bedroom. Tears Before Bedtime is a pleasingly deceptive pop song that torques Mr. Costello's brilliant use of cognitive dissonance to the point where it nearly snaps under the pressure. One amazing archaeological aspect of doing a sexy slow drag with this piece is how it also unearths its arguably far more earnest ballad beginnings, allowing us a glimpse into the inner workings of highly skilled poetic choices. I know the name on the tip of your tongue, and I know that accusing look. Everybody knows I've been so wrong. That's the problem, and here's the hook. The use of repeated phrases such as I know serves this piece well. It gives it a sense of impending exasperation as it provides a strange lilting atmosphere put down in an A-B rhyme structure. Let's give a huge nod to how tongue and wrong fit in perfectly. The meta quality of Here's the Hook is brilliant in its playful brevity. A hook is the main idea of the song that's conveyed in a short phrase or line. Hooks, or so I read, serve as a key lyric line that ties a song back to the title concept or answers a musical question posed in the song's verses. And while I still might not be completely clear on the difference between a chorus and a hook, I'm pretty sure either way, Mr. Costello has covered this brief beautifully. Tears Before Bedtime. There'll be trouble tonight. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to have another fight. I don't want to talk. I don't want to fight. How wrong can I be before I'm right? Here's more of the repeating phrases that I feel make such an impact on this piece. And notice the articulate enunciation. It's not I don't wanna, it's I don't want to. This turns the passive into the active. It's as if it's either the verbal equivalent of stamping one's feet in the middle of a temper tantrum, or the poetic equivalent of what resignation might sound like. Imperial Bedroom is a brilliant album that features so many busted and near idioms. You need not look any further than the loved ones to bear out this assertion. Here in Tears Before Bedtime, how wrong can I be before I am right? Not only adds more sense of word repetition embedded in be before, it also suggests a far more poetic lament of damned if I do, damned if I don't, or maybe even I can't stand up for falling down. Now for the archaeological dig into an alternative or maybe first draft lyrics from the first verse. It says, I see that strange look in your eyes once again, and the name on the tip of your tongue is of a woman and not a man. There'll be tears before bedtime. There'll be trouble tonight. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Oh, I don't want to fight. How wrong can I be before I am right? As if knowing he's buried the lead, Tears Before Bedtime is even called out as the hook in the final version, and the questions are given their own space and have been expanded upon as well. Here's another great example of Mr. Costello's word economy. And the name on the tip of your tongue is of a woman and not a man. Suggests to me, along with the strange look he's seen before, that a paramour's name has been revealed. He's been rumbled, and probably not for the first time. I'd argue that this takes any sympathy away from our protagonist, who needs to know how wrong can he be before he's right, leaving the reason behind the fight obscured. More universal, I think, helps to keep judgment at bay. These seemingly small tweaks change the piece from a ballad to a narrative, and the new sentiment turns the narrator from unsympathetic to at least relatable. Now, back to what I'll refer to as the final version. For the tears that you boo-hoo-hoo, there can be no defense. You say you'll forgive and forget, but it's only a pretense. The tears that you boo-hoo-hoo. What a better sly dig. What a better complete dismissal of somebody else's feelings than with a mocking boo-hoo sound. How disingenuous does "there can be no defense" sound after that haymaker? The sentiment is much different, much less ethereal in the alternative version that goes, "The pain that I've given you, there is no defense. You'll say you forgive and forget, but it's only a pretense." Flipping the pain I've given you to your boohooing is as evil as it is genius, or as genius as it is evil. Again, the alternate version leaves less room for interpretation. It's far too earnest to have any staying power. Either you can leave the past behind, or give me something to disconnect my mind. I sleep with my fists clenched tight when I don't lie awake all night. I guess time gave up the ghost too late, and the balance of our love very soon turns to hate. Word for word with the alternate version, this ultimatum of leaving the past behind is nevertheless much more palatable in this final version. Erased is the insinuation of cheating, gone is the admission of the pain he's caused, replaced by that devilish boo-hoo-hoo-hoo, leaving a metaphorical leg to stand on in this quarrel, adding slight empathy for the troubles sleeping at night. And finally, with the mitigating, I guess, the sad acceptance of the situation seems near. To give up the ghost means to admit something has stopped working, something has died. So saying time gave up the ghost opens up so many avenues of interpretation. Without that time, the rest of the love is useless. When there's no more time, the love that's left has nowhere else to go. What a beautiful, earnest sentiment that expresses something we've all more than likely felt before. Darling, your suspiciousness tortures me at night, but I can't excuse the cruel words that I use whenever we fight. As if to eradicate the all too honest, the pain that I've given you from the alternate version completely. This final verse doubles down on the boo-hoo-hoo of it all. Her actions bother him, giving him some sort of excuse, the clutched pearls of how torturous it feels to not be believed somehow softens the blow of knowing he said some things he shouldn't have. The last verse of the alternate version is suspicion and silence still torture my night, and the cruel words of anger that run through all of our fights. It's the word suspicion I zero in on, without the softening word darling and the indication of who is suspicious. It paints the other party, perhaps, as the one who has done something wrong, placing how wrong can I be before I am right out on an island of empty indignation. And here's another great example of word economy. He's left it at cruel words in the final version. There's no need to expound upon what sort of cruel words, in this instance, anger, and when, in this instance, bites. It's so exciting to get a glimpse into the revision process of this modern day master. It's been fun taking a slow drag with both versions. The question I keep asking myself is, would I have liked the alternate version had there been no final version? I'm an Elvis Costello fan, so of course I would have liked it. I suppose the question would have to have been, how much would I have liked it? What is your opinion? Do you like both versions? If so, why? Dig it. Again, this has been a slow drag with Tears Before Bedtime from 1982's Imperial Bedroom. I have a personal anecdote I've been hanging on to, and with the relic dig of the alternate version of Tears Before Bedtime, perhaps now's the time. Okay, deep breath, because this is embarrassing. It starts off brilliant. I was fortunate enough to have dinner with Nick Lowe. This was when he was on tour with John Hyatt and Ry Cooder when they'd formed Little Village together. This was at an Indian restaurant in Los Angeles with a group of people. He was kind enough to indulge my typical fan questions about Mr. Costello's early writing, finding me charming, perhaps. But later on in the evening, through the tears and folderol, so to speak, I started asking Nick Lowe really dumb questions, like if he were upset that Every Day I Write the Book was a much better song than When I Write the Book. He remained nothing less than magnanimous in the face of my stupidity. Given the chance to meet up for dinner again the next night, however, upon hearing I would be there, he politely declined the invitation. Dear Mr. Lowe, please accept my sincerest apology for being an American twit. Now, let's never speak of this again. Other precious gems from Imperial Bedroom you'll enjoy a slow drag with are episode 14, Silly Beggars Can't Be Choosers. That's a slow drag with Pidgin English. Episode 31, Verbal Gymnastics. That's a slow drag with The Loved Ones. Episode 68, Nothing But an Afterthought. That's a slow drag with Man Out of Time. Episode 82, In Your Heyday. That's a slow drag with Human Hands. And episode 103, Imitation Lashes. That's a slow drag with You Little Fool. And that's it for today's slow drag, my friend. Thank you for listening. I'll be back soon with another slow drag, so please follow the show wherever you listen so you won't miss an episode. And of course, spread the word about this niche podcast to anyone you think might enjoy it as well. You can find me on social media by searching for my name, Remedy Robinson, or the name of my podcast, Slow Drag with Remedy. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're listening, Mr. Lowe, again, I apologize. And as always, thank you for helping to get the word out about this little passion project. Truly, it means the world. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow drag with Remedy.